You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details. It's Thursday, July 27th. The market is doing very well today, and here are the stories that we've got that we're posting up on YouTube today. We're going to be talking about Square Enix, Twitter is getting hammered today, Overwatch, and finally WWE earnings. So let's go ahead and get started. For the risky investor, if you want to play with fire, Twitter may be one of the ones you can get in on to make a lot of money. Today it had its earnings and it is getting clobbered. Absolutely clobbered. It's down about 13%. Let me pull up the chart here. So as we're recording the video, they're actually down 13%. Their earnings was they beat on their earnings. Let me pull up the earnings report, but their subscriber base was slowed down. So I'll put a link to the article in the description here. Better than expected financial results, which really that's what people were harping on them for the longest time, was could they monetize Twitter? And they're starting to work towards that way, but after the bump that they got after of the president using Twitter, they're just not seeing the growth in their user base that they're used to seeing. So they've had some growth in activity, but the amount of users isn't exactly up to par with what they want. Now, Twitter has been talked about by people like Mark Cuban as one of the leaders that's going to be out there for AI and what they're doing with data analytics. Now, personally, I think as far as news delivery goes, Twitter is the platform out there. It's the best source. You can literally have so many feeds and gather information. Usually, that's one of the first things I pop up is my news feed for Twitter on the different companies that we own stock in, just to see some of the headlines. And there's so many sources piling in to Twitter. You can really get breaking news quickly. Now, the problem is they're not a company that was making a ton of money for the longest time, and now as they're starting to grow that, they're still very pricey. 42 times forward earnings, and if the user base isn't growing there, the idea is that the revenue isn't going to grow either. So, bad news for Twitter after the earnings, getting clobbered like that. A lot of people believe that this is the platform of the future, and to me, it's worst case scenario for Twitter is they get bought up. The problem is I don't know what that price is. 40 times earnings is probably more than a reasonable price. So if someone was going to scoop in, and I'm just throwing a name out here like Amazon, if someone was going to scoop in and do that, 40 times is probably about as high as it gets. So you're not going to make money if you buy Twitter off of a play like that right now. If they grow their earnings, obviously, it'll go up. But they're in a weird spot. I could see them that the platform's going to live in some way, shape, or form in the future. I don't know what the price is. I'd be curious to know what you guys think, price target wise for Twitter. Is it a great investment? Like I said, a lot of people like Mark Cuban, they're buying up Twitter. They really like what they're doing, and they think that it's dirt cheap. He thinks Amazon's dirt cheap with all that they're getting into with AI and different things, and Facebook as well. So, calling these platforms cheap, 13% discount if the future is what they say it is, and these are your future blue chip companies, the Twitters. It will be joining Facebook, Amazon, and those. Price right now is dirt cheap. It'll be pennies on the dollars in the future if it grows that way. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to wrap it up for today. Appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up. Leave some feedback. interested in growing the channel and making it better. So any feedback you have will be very helpful to me. And subscribe if you haven't already, so you get the latest investing news for gamers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.